Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 5/24/2023. This is a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be initially, but hey, that's all good. That's what I'm saying, And hey, Las Cruces, appreciate you being here. And hey, let's start it off with Dark Horse issue of Blue Book number 4. Now, what I'm really enjoying about this series by Tynion is the fact that it's loosely based off the Project Blue Book. Now, this story is the first 3 issues. It's been involving an older couple. And, man, starting off this show, I was thinking about this story, and I guess it kind of affected me, even how I started the show, because I was thinking, man, how screwed up to be so tortured by visiting aliens like this. So that's what Project Blue Book has been about the first 3 issues. And I believe issue number 4 is just kind of finalizing their experience. So, wow. Blue Book issue number 4, highly anticipated. Moving out from Dark Horse, we're going to talk about Image Comics. What's the furthest place from here? Issue number 13. I have to admit, I just got issue number 12 the other day, haven't jumped into it, but I'm looking forward to issue number 13 nonetheless. Just got to read 12 first. But moving out from Image Comics, we're going to move over to After Dark. Now, if you heard me talk about After Dark Comics and you're going, who the hell are they? They're the ones who release flesh-eating cheerleaders from outer space. Now, the first 6 issues was the miniseries. So they released an art book. Now, if you notice me ever talk about this series and actually show any of the books, I always have to cover aspects of the books because they show a lot of nudity. So, kind of explains why I'm getting the art book. Moving out from After Dark, we're going to talk over about the IDW stuff and TMNT, Sagio Jimbo, Where When, issue number 3. I am a huge TMNT, especially when it comes to their crossovers. When it comes to the Sagio Jimbo, well, that's even more better. Why? I'm a massive Usagi Yojimbo fan. So we're now coming in issue 3. It's 5-issue mini, and TMNT has finalized their mini with Power Rangers, and now they're going to do another one with Street Fighter, and then after that, they're going to do one with Stranger Things. So I'm digging all these crossovers. So pretty high on my list is TMNT, Usagi Yojimbo, Where When, issue number 3, coming out tomorrow. New Comic Book Day, 5/23/2024. 2023. Moving out from there, we're going to talk over at the Marvel side. We're going to talk about Warlock Rebirth issue number 2. Now, because of the whole Warlock Rebirth release, something like that, issue number 1 kind of forced me to buy the whole, origin story and all that of, what was that, Tales 178 thing. Anyways, and I'm digging this. Warlock was a badass, man. So I'm looking forward to this whole Warlock Rebirth issue number 2 coming out tomorrow. Moving out from Warlock Rebirth, we're going to talk about Thor issue number 34. There's been a whole slew of writers on this series. It's been rather decent as a series in consideration. So I'm not having an issue with it whatsoever. In the sense of, I don't have any gripes that there's been all these different flavors of writers in there. The story's been good. That's all I'm really concerned about overall. I mean, yes, there needs to be art, direction, all that, so forth. But you know what I'm saying. So that's why Thor issue number 34 is pretty high on my list. Now we're going to talk about Iron Man issue number 1, the facsimile edition. Kind of for the original. And all these facsimile editions have been coming out of late. So it's been offering me an opportunity to pick up books that I wouldn't normally be able to afford. And stories I wouldn't want to necessarily read digitally. I don't want to touch this stuff, even if it's facsimile. That's why it's pretty high on my list. Now, moving out from the Iron Man issue number 1, we're going to cruise over to Hallows Eve, issue number 3. Now, what I'm digging about the Hallows Eve thing is we get to see Spider-Man play with her again. And what I mean by that is they get to re-engage. And this is, to me, their first, how should I say, I don't know, meeting, and then their first battle and all that wasn't really that engaging. So I want this to be something more. So hey, you know what? Eve, Spider-Man, what else can I say? Moving out from that, which is Hallows Eve issue number 3, we're gonna talk about Daredevil and Echo issue number 1. Now this comes from the dynamic team writers, Taboo and B. Earl, who have been giving us Werewolf by Night, the new version, and then also of late this Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which has also been another rather interesting take on these characters of that we know traditionally, and I've been loving their twists and writing styles and what they do. So I'm really looking forward to this whole Daredevil and Echo issue number 1. Now, this whole story of that is summarized briefly as I can give you in one little sentence without spoilers. It's just Demo Goblin, which, hey, all the goblins have been coming out of late, works to awaken an ancient magic. So I'm looking forward to see what this ancient magic is. Cruising out from the Daredevil and Echo issue number 1, we're going to talk about that's right, Blue Light Special, which is Extreme Venomverse issue number 2. Well, the story from David Pepos, story from Al Ewing, giving us a story with Mary Jane and Black Cat. And then we also get another story from Clayton Cloud Chapman, promising us a very chilling, creepy Venom tale. Now, that's all you have to tell me. Seriously, that's why it's my Blue Light Special. And hey, I appreciate you being here. And that's it for me. Entropy.